The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM and hits 103.9 FM in Accra. In Kumasi, we are on Love 99.5 FM and over 30 affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions, including Klenam Radio, Bato, Gaskia FM, Techiman, and Radio Wa. Get radio, TV, and online content on the myjoyonline.com interactive app for Android and iOS devices. Coming up, minority in parliament clash with police over decision to protest within the Bank of Ghana vicinity as they proceed with their OccupyBoG Demo this morning.
The leadership of the NDC minority must be allowed into the central bank.
Any dissatisfaction with the police proposal to them, they are allowed to go to the courts.
We'll be live on the ground with the latest details. Also, National Health Insurance Authority considers roping dialysis treatment onto the insurance scheme to reduce the financial burden on patients.
If NHIA has to consider that, a lot of actuarial studies will have to be carried out to see whether the scheme will be sustainable if we take it on board.
We have details as pressure mounts on government to scrap taxes on consumables. In business, government default on payment of pension contributions from October last year to May 2023. But the sector regulator insists steps are being taken to address this challenge. Also in this bulletin, from defiance to dedication, Naomi's orphanage shines as a beacon of hope for vulnerable children.
I have to be sacked from school, and I became a street girl for some days. When I was crying, hungry, thirsty, if I didn't die and I survived, what can I do?
We have all these and more in this package with me, Hannah Odami. We start with the minority in parliament and the police who are locking horns over the decision to protest near the premises of the Bank of Ghana. The police yesterday served notice it will not allow any protest within the vicinity of the Bank of Ghana headquarters as the minority proceeds with its planned OccupyBoG demonstration. Well, Director of Public Affairs of the Ghana Police Service, ACP Grace Ansa Akrofi, says the minority can head to court if they disagree with the service's position.
That when there is a disagreement between the two parties, the police can go to court and so can the organizers go to court for a determination. So per the security assessment conducted by the police service, the Bank of Ghana is a security zone and we've advised the organizers accordingly. And if they have any dissatisfaction with the police proposal to them, they are allowed to go to the court so that the court determines the matter.
Well, the minority leader, Atu Forsen, insists they must be allowed to present a petition to the governor of the central bank.
He should be the one. He should not send anybody. He should be the one to come and receive the petition from us. And that is what we are demanding.
Has the governor himself been officially informed of this?
The police has a responsibility to inform. We informed the police about it when we met with them.
But you admit it's not the police's job to facilitate a presentation of a petition to the governor?
Because they are the ones that have said that the place is a security zone and that they want us to terminate at a certain point. But at the minimum, the leadership of the NDC minority and members of parliament must be allowed into the central bank for us to present our petition to the governor himself, and he should be the one to receive it.
Minority leader Castle Atuforsen there. Well, let's head to the ground and speak to my colleague Maxwell Agbagba. Maxwell, what exactly can you report where you have pitched camp?
Well, Hannah, scores of protesters have already started arriving here at the Obra spot. Those I've seen here are wearing red. Some persons selling NDC paraphernalia, Ghana flag, vuvuzela are also here ready to cash in. What you can hear, if you can hear the sound in the background, two buses carrying police officers also just arriving here on the ground. I've seen some crowd control vehicles also here. A man I just met here who says he's a pastor. He arrived here about 5 minutes ago. He's carrying a very big placard and says he's here to take part in the protest. So what's your name?
My name is Ambassador Jackson.
And you're a pastor?
Yes, sir, Reverend Jackson.
Reverend Jackson. Why are you taking part in this protest?
Because of the problem, the hardship in the country. We cannot sit down for the country be taken for granted. We are all human beings and we are all men of God. So we have to support this.
Okay. So you just had Reverend Jackson there. I also have two gentlemen who said they left Kaswa at 4 a.m. and they're here to take part in this protest.
And Maxwell Agbagba will be bringing us updates from this developing story is the OccupyBoG demonstration. Moving on, the National Health Insurance Authority is considering roping dialysis treatment onto the insurance scheme to reduce the financial burden on patients. It comes as pressure mounts on government to scrap taxes on consumables following revelations by the Renal Patients Association of Ghana that 14 of its members died between May and September when the Kolebu Teaching Hospital ran out of consumables. Let's hear from Director of Corporate Affairs at the NHIA, Oswald Mensah.
NHI is the benefit package that we operate. Obviously has well over 95% disease conditions that are presented in hospitals are covered under the scheme. And we run an exclusions list, of which dialysis for chronic disease, kidney failure, is an exclusion on the list. As we're hearing, of course, the dialysis treatment is not, they're quite expensive. If NHI has to consider that, a lot of actuarial studies would have to be carried out to see whether the scheme will be sustainable.
Oswald Mensah is Director of Corporate Affairs at the NHIA. Now, expert research in the presence of the new malaria-causing mosquitoes in Ghana have found the new breed in Nima, the third community to have Anopheles stephensii after Dansoman and Tuba. In the following report, Michael Ashale of our health desk explores the impact of the new breed on the country's efforts at reducing the incidence of malaria in the country.
Nima becomes the newest community to record the presence of the new mosquito breed, described by the Ghana Health Service as stubborn and rough. Professor Yao Afrani, a senior researcher in medical entomology and parasitology at the University of Ghana Medical School, and led the team that made this discovery.
Through the work that we were doing, the research work that we did, we realized that Anopheles stephensii is actually breeding within the city of Accra. Right now, we found that within those places, they are widespread. We've also seen that they are also in Nima. These are new places that we did not mention initially.
For many faced with tough life in the capital, this situation presents grave danger to their health. 26-year-old Joshua Asante is one of them. He migrated from his village to the capital in search of greener pastures. But what he found is far from green.
Living here is not easy. Things have become difficult for me since I come.
Now, if you were among those in the queue yesterday but was unable to register on the electoral roll, there's still a chance for you. The Electoral Commission has in a statement indicated it will extend assistance to new voter applicants who were in the queue before 5 p.m. but couldn't complete their registration. Faustina Safo shares excerpts of that statement.
The public is informed that the Commission will not extend the voters' registration exercise. The Commission, however, assures the general public that arrangements have been made to ensure that eligible citizens who are in the queue on or before 5 p.m. today are registered tomorrow, Tuesday, the 3rd of October 2023. This arrangement will be extended only to eligible applicants in the queue at 5 p.m. today, Monday, the 2nd of October 2023.
To a story of hope. Her journey began in defiance, battling hunger and homelessness to pursue education against her father's wishes for a life in farming. Today, Naomi provides not just shelter, but a sense of family to children from diverse backgrounds, defying all odds and economic challenges. Here's her story of hope. Mamie Sinyamiche Thompson reports.
It is dinner time at the Royal Seed Home, a shelter at Papase in the Central Region. 80 hungry mouths are ready to be fed. Meet Naomi, the lifeline to hundreds of street and special needs children who might have otherwise been left without a home.
We have been getting the children from the Department of Social Welfare to the home now. We got to know that some of them has epilepsy and some of them has a little bit mentally challenged. And some of them they are children in need. As I'm talking with you now, I'm having a baby which is 6, 7 to 8 months who has a stroke.
But Naomi's journey to becoming their savior was not an easy one. 26 years ago, she battled hunger and homelessness because she defied her father's wishes to pursue an education.
I have to be sacked from school. And I became a street girl for some days, 3-4 days. So through that, I asked myself, when I was crying, hungry, thirsty, If I didn't die and I survive, what can I do?
She became passionate about taking care of homeless and vulnerable children because of her personal experience. In 1997, Naomi founded the Royal Seed Home. It has become a sanctuary for children from diverse backgrounds.
I came to Royal Seed Home at the age of 3 years. I was a street child. I feel like I'm living with my own family.
I just thank God for everything because there is no load on my shoulder. Let's just say it that way.
On that note, that's it for the news at 6 with me, Hannah Odame. You can find all these stories and more on myjoyonline.com, including live updates from the OccupyBoG demonstration. Thank you so much for your company. Back to the Joy SMS team.
Joy 99.7 FM.